Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper, and today I am really excited because I get to speak to Zach Donofrio, two-time American Idol contestant. So, Zach, I'm so glad you would take the time out of your busy schedule, I know, to talk with us. So, how you doing?
Of course. I'm doing great. Just doing the college life, trying to get a bachelor's degree, just continuing my education in music, and just
So you're majoring in music?
Yeah, my major is actually music management, and that all happened because of American Idol. So
What does music? Cool. What does music management mean?
Yeah, I actually get that a lot. A lot of people don't really understand. They're like, "Oh, you manage songs?
Yeah, that's
cool." But it's actually like the label aspect of it. So like managing the artists and their music. So I want to help. That my goal is to like help people get into labels and just, I don't know, go on tour and just control what they do. And it just sounds fun to me.
So you're in Florida?
Yes.
In Tampa or where?
Yeah, so I live in Tampa, but right now I'm in Lakeland for college, Florida Southern College.
Okay. And I want to tell people, we have never met, but I've known of you because your uncle, Rick, was a high school student in Middle Georgia when I moved here, and I reviewed shows that he did in high school. He's just super, super talented, as is your Aunt Terry also. And then your dad was a singer, singing. He was younger than Rick,
Yeah, my dad was the youngest out of the family, but it's kind of funny because I actually started in the theater as well. So my uncle Rick, he did it. He did his show, all those shows, and then it went to my dad. He owned a theater company, him and my mom, called Dreamhouse Theater, and that's where I began singing. So then that was passed on to me.
Well, now Rick and Terry still have a theater company, don't they?
Yes.
I thought they did.
Stages Productions.
Listen, his performance as Will Parker in Oklahoma was one of the best things ever.
I'm sure.
Oh,
I bet that was amazing.
It was. So you've got this inherited musical talent, and did you one day just say, "Hey, I think I'll try out for American Idol"?
Yeah, well, I was singing to myself and one day, as like some people do, I was just like, "Oh, this sounds kind of all right." I was listening to Frank Sinatra on like a record player. That was my biggest inspiration, and I was like, "Wow, I should try singing on this show. So let me go audition and see if other people think I sound good."
And you were like 15 or 16 then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was 16 at the time when I sang for the Celebrities the first time.
So I don't even know how it works. Do you send in a tape, or do you just go show up at an audition, or?
Yeah, so this was pre-COVID, which was a lot better.
Whole different life.
It's crazy, but yeah. So you show up. I showed up in Tampa, the ice rink, and there I got a front of the line pass. Then I took that to Orlando, and then I was 16 out of 5,000 there that got through. And then from there, I had to get flown out to New York with my mom, and that was for the Celebrities, and then to Hollywood after that, after you got the golden ticket. So it's a whole mess of auditioning, and I auditioned maybe like 6 or so times before I got to that point.
But this was Luke, Lionel, and Katy both times.
Yes, sir, yeah.
So I always wonder, when they bring you in to, how long does that last? I always feel like they've edited it down.
So yeah, they definitely edited so much. The first time I did the show, it was a good 15-minute like portion that I was in there, but they only showed maybe less than 5 minutes total, because like we talked. It was like real conversation too. It's really interesting because they don't seem like real people until you get in there and actually start talking to them, and you're like, wow, this is really cool. They're a human like me, just with Grammys and millions of dollars.
Yeah, just like you.
But, yeah, just a person.
Yeah,
it's fun.
how about nerves? I mean, you're auditioning for American Idol. How do you control your nerves? And
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. How do you do it?
How do I do it? Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, the first time I auditioned, I didn't handle them too well. I was terrified because I just didn't know what to expect. But I mean, this year, my second time coming through for season, I guess 19 or season 4, whichever you want to call it. I definitely knew what to expect, and I actually was able to help other people not be afraid.
Listen to you.
Yeah, so that was really cool because I could just calm other contestants down because I mean they were in the same boat I was the first time. So why not help people? You know?
It's a good thought. Yes, yeah, that's a great way to be. But your first time, how did you pick the song to sing?
Well, yeah. So the song I chose. You mean like the very, very first time?
I remember when you were on Idol 3 years ago. And
3 years
you
ago.
You went into the audition and sang. And they called you. I don't remember the audition, but they referred to you as Sinatra guy or something. So did you sing? Did you sing a Sinatra song?
So I actually sang "The Way You Look Tonight." Frank Sinatra. It's a classic to me.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah. That was one of my favorites just growing up because I just love the classic type of music, and I was just like I think I sound like a crooner because that's like the type of style I'm crooning, and I was like this is different. I think the show would want to see something different, so let me try it because it works for me. So might as well not. The biggest thing with Idol is to not judge yourself based on how other people are. Like doing because like I could look at a country singer and be like, wow, they sing so much better than me, but it's a completely different genre, so you can't really base yourself on what they're doing, and that's just kind of how I looked at it, and I ended up making it that far as I did.
Got your golden ticket.
Being myself, yeah.
And you danced with Katy. Yeah, what was?
Yeah.
Did she? I know I watched it because I watched Idol forever, but how did that come about?
Yeah, so that actually wasn't planned. You would think that something like that would be like pre-planned because
hey, you're gonna dance with Katy.
Yeah, like hey, grab him, dance with him, but no, that definitely wasn't planned. I was not ready for that at all. I'm kind of. I wish they told me just so I could have expected it or something. I don't know. That was scary because I almost dropped her as well because she told me to dip her. And
oh my god!
Dip her, and I was a weak kid, 16-year-old kid, and I almost just dropped her on the ground. But thankfully I didn't. And Katy Perry's alive still,
alive and well,
and yeah. It was a fun experience. Definitely a memorable audition.
So you got your golden ticket. Did you go to Hollywood, or was that the next step?
Yeah. So from getting the golden ticket, you wait in real time, like 3 months, and then you go to Hollywood. But for TV's sake, you wait a week.
Yeah.
And you can see what happens.
Yeah. But all right. So you're out there. Hollywood Week is notorious for being exhausting and everything else. Did it live up to all it was said to be, as horrendous as it sounds?
Yeah, it's exactly how you would think it would be. You get no sleep, wake up at like 5 a.m. for the call time. And you have to somehow sing on top of that. It's hard. It's very hard. And if you can get through that, you can get through anything. It's tough for a singer.
So
waking up early.
So you went through all that, and then you get called in, and they say, "Gee, Zach, you're just such a nice guy, but not today."
Yeah.
How did you keep that from discouraging you? Because obviously it didn't, because you came back for a second try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think
way to go.
A lot of No, I'm glad I came back. Just what allowed me to come back was, I guess, the fans and like the people. like that watched the show, because I got a lot of like positive response from my audition, and people were like, "Oh, why did he get cut? Like, why did he get cut so early? He should have still been in the show." And that just gave me like a boost of confidence to keep pursuing this and just not completely give it up, because it is like pretty heart-wrenching, like getting cut, like getting flown out for 6 hours to California and then leave the next day. I was there for like 2 days. It's hard, but yeah.
But it didn't stop you from trying again.
Well, yeah. I always kind of had a feeling I would come back. Just, it's kind of like a family in a way, because like you get to know the producers, you get to know the contestants, just everyone, and the judges, of course. And yeah, it's just they always lure you back in, I guess.
When you were on this time, I had never seen them do this before. They assigned you a duet partner.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that. I didn't. I mean, to me, it's hard enough singing a duet, but at least let you pick the person that you're going to sing a duet with. Yeah,
and that's kind of what I was hoping on, because there's a girl from Gate City. She's actually still on the show. Alana Sophia.
Oh, yeah, she's good.
Yeah, me and her are actually going to be duet partners. We were planning on it because we both got through, and then they threw that at us. So it just, and then I got cut the duet round because I was very thrown off, and me and her were opposites.
I'm not saying anything negative against the girl that you sang with, but it was not a good blend.
No, yeah, and that's kind of, the show like wants to create conflict, and that was a source of conflict, because I mean I'm like a pretty timid guy, and then you pair me up with like a cheerleader. It's different. It's hard for me to get. I mean, the whole thing for me was being a turtle and getting out of my shell. I was still in the process of getting out of my shell. It was difficult for me. But if it was someone I was more comfortable with, like vocally wise and energy wise, I guess it would have been different. But then again, who would know?
Well, but still, when I was watching it, there were people who enhanced each other because of the chemistry, etc., and the voices. And I just didn't, when I was watching, before you got cut, I'm sitting there watching, I'm thinking, this is not a good blend. No, we don't need to do this, because I was pulling for you.
I know. I was pulling for me too. I was hoping.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that it had to end that way.
Well, let me ask you this. Third time's the charm. And you're so young. You're, what, 19?
I just turned 20 in December.
Oh, my gosh. He's 20. But how old does American Idol do? It go up to 30?
They go to 27.
27. So you've got 7 years.
7 more tries, I guess.
Yeah, every year. They may only take one more. Do you still have the desire to be on the show again?
Oh, man.
I'm not putting you on the spot here.
No, because some people have asked me that, and it's a tricky question, because, like, of course I'm going to go back. Like, of course I want to make it farther than I did now the second time. But if I don't, then I just feel like it would be embarrassing, because, like, I haven't gotten better if I don't. But
you pick up fans. I think that you had a core group that stayed with you from 3 years ago, and then you went this year, and it was like, he's back. Add more fan base to you.
I know it definitely added a new level of fans, like in just the era going on now. And yeah, I guess I could add another one. What the heck?
Yeah. But let me ask you this too, and I'm gonna get Amber in here. She's got some questions to ask you. But have you been asked, to perform at things because you're known as the Idol contestant? Do you get calls that say, "Hey, come sing at my wedding"? I'll pay you such and such or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it is tricky because of COVID, of course, but I've got offered at the Columbia restaurant. That was pre-COVID. I actually sang. So I used to be a student at USF, and I sang for the president there at an inauguration ceremony, and I was the only person to do so out of like 60,000 kids in the school.
Look at you.
That was cool. There's like a lot of a lot of cool events that just happen just from being on the show, and that I'm just lucky to be a part of. It is really about luck. But.
Well, how do your friends react to Mr. Celebrity?
I mean, I don't see myself as a celebrity,
but you are.
I guess.
Hey, we don't just talk to random people here.
That is true.
We talk to people.
Well, now I feel better about myself. That's good.
Good.
I feel famous. This is good.
Hey, but they still, they're living their lives, and you're going off to Hollywood twice. So.
Well, yeah, it was funny because I was always gone for like a week at a time. And they're like, "Oh, what happened to Zach? Does he have COVID?" They always thought I was like
Is
sick
he
or
sick?
Something. And I couldn't really say anything, of course, because you'd have to keep it a secret for what's happening. But yeah, it was fun. And after it aired, it was just fun seeing the response and just getting photos with people and just random things like that.
Well, I think it's great. I really do. Yeah. But anyway, Amber, who works with me, is going to come in now and ask 4 or 5 questions. Yeah. Said, I don't know. I don't have an idea what she's going to ask. So I had my questions. She's got hers.
All right. So this is going to be fun, quick, and easy. I have them right here on my phone. I had my friends actually send in some questions because one of my good friends is an American Idol fanatic. She loves watching American Idol. Yeah, and she watched you. She was so excited when she found out that we were going to be talking. Yay. So, alrighty. So I've got 4 questions for you. So the first one here is, what is your favorite memory from your time on the show? The first time or the second time, doesn't matter.
Oh man. Well, definitely for the second time. So for the first time, of course, dancing with Katy Perry.
Right. Pretty iconic.
One of the biggest things. And then the second time, so for the duet round, me and Sloan, my duet partner, we were rehearsing, and then Katy Perry just walks in while we're rehearsing.
Yeah. Just
out of nowhere, and then all their cameras come rushing in.
Yeah.
It was just very unexpected, and she actually gave us a lot of like really great like musical advice on like the song and just everything going on. And that was really cool because they didn't do that the first time.
Yeah.
So it was really memorable because I don't know, it's not every day you're like 3 feet away from Katy Perry.
Yeah. Does it ever get easier with like performing in front of the judges or like seeing them just walk by, or does it ever get less nerve-wracking?
I mean, Lionel Richie walked by us at least like 4 or 5 times randomly, and you kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to say, like, normally you wouldn't get used to it, but you're just so stressed that it's hard to think about anything else other than like, oh, I gotta perform really well. That you just kind of forget how famous they are.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But it's really fun.
Yeah. All right, so number 2, this one's kind of fun. So where do you keep your golden tickets? Do you have them with you?
Oh,
like
man.
the actual paper copy?
Yeah, I wish I had them on me. Like I could just
just hold it up.
I'm in my college dorm room, so I can't bring them here. They're gonna get stolen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hide those.
Yeah, I framed them. I framed them both with some socks too.
Nice.
Perfect. Memory.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see here. I kind of already asked this, but how nerve-wracking is it to perform in front of these extremely famous people? Like, what's that thought process like before you do it every time?
Yeah, well, the first time I just had no idea what to expect. Of course, like, I mean, I was really young, and I was like, oh wow, they're very rich people.
Yes.
That's just kind of how I saw it. I was like, oh wow, they have a lot to their name.
They do,
I'm just some kid from small town in Florida. Like this is so cool.
Yeah.
I just tried not to get scared, and I just tried to be myself.
Yeah.
Like both times, both seasons, and just, I don't know, just sing without any regret. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I could never do it. I get nervous when Jackie and I film in front of nobody. It's so nerve-wracking for me.
It's weird, yeah. It's scary,
Yeah.
and then just having cameras on you 24/7.
Yeah,
It's a different dynamic, but
for
you
sure.
just have to just get used to it.
Yeah. All right, I have one more question for you.
Perfect.
Okay, if you were going to give someone who advice about auditioning for American Idol, like if they were planning on doing it, what is the biggest piece of advice you're giving this person?
Oh man, be yourself. That's going to be the massive number one.
Right.
Like, you're gonna get far just by being yourself. Because someone could go in saying, "Oh wow, I saw Zach. He sang like this. Let me sing like that now too," because he made it to Hollywood.
Right.
But they're not going to make it to Hollywood because they're not themselves.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was myself. I was like this awkward guy.
You were great the whole time.
It was definitely, it was fun. It was
Yeah.
dorky, and I just had fun with it and didn't
Absolutely.
really care. Like, wasn't really, I didn't overthink everything with like the questions and make them like perfect.
Yeah,
Because like no one's perfect.
that's so
And
true.
And it's okay not to be perfect. And if you mess up some vocals here and there, that's all right. They mess up too. I mean, you could listen to them live, live recordings of
Right.
the artists, and
Right.
it's not.
Nobody's
not the
perfect,
best.
for sure.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. So
Yeah.
just be yourself.
For sure. All right, Zach. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I'm going to let Jackie hop on in here and he'll sign off for us. So,
Well, the truth is, Zach, I'm trying to get Amber to audition for American Idol. She's a singer.
You should do it.
And she's been giving me all these, I'm too nervous, I can't do it, whatever. But I'm pushing her.
What's the worst that could happen?
I will think about it.
Perfect.
Aha.
Y'all let me know.
And see,
I
what
will.
she does, we'll be calling you for advice.
Yeah, I'll walk you through the whole thing. It's gonna be great.
Listen to her.
Sounds good. I'll reach out and let you know.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot, and you can wiggle out of it.
Sweet.
You do. But who do you see becoming the next American Idol?
Oh man. Oh, that's hard.
I know, I mean. But there's some really talented people, I have to say that.
Every single one of them is so talented, and I've actually made friends with all of them, which is so cool to say. Like, being friends with the top 24. Man, that's such a hard one.
I tell people, people say, what's your favorite this, what's your favorite that, and then I say, well, it's like my children. I can't say which one of my children is my favorite, because they're all distinct in different ways. But I will say, we're going to get this up as quickly as possible. But one of the most amazing things that I have seen was the guy from Douglas, Georgia, Wes, or I can't think of his name, and his duet with Cat McPhee on The Prayer. Did you see that performance?
Willie, yes. Yep. I would have, yeah.
He's got a tremendous voice, and
Oh, it's beautiful.
it was amazing. Just really, really. And I'm a fan. I've been watching it since the days of Simon, Paula, and Randy, which was way before your time, probably. But it's just a fascinating show to see the talent that is out there, such as yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, being there in Hollywood, being around all these people, it's just, it's so weird because it's people from every single state, just all in one place, trying to be the next American Idol. And I mean, there's going to be one at the end. And
Yep. There will be one. You're our celebrity interview for today. And I thank your Uncle Rick for helping me set this up, because it's been great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for setting this up, and I really appreciate it.
Well, the pleasure was all mine. This has been great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Zach
of course.
Donofrio.